Welcome and welcome and welcome to the 100th episode of the Mindset Alchemy podcast. When I began this journey, I was thinking, wow, will I ever get there? And now I'm here. I used to listen to people saying, welcome to my 100th podcast. Now my goal is to go to my 200th podcast. Well, that'll be part of season 2. What is so awesome about this is I'm offering a free 1 hour call with myself to see what your mindset alchemy catalyst is. What do you do to earn this, to generate this, to receive this? Share the Mindset Alchemy podcast, this episode on social media, and tag me with it or email me with a screenshot of it and use hashtag Mindset Alchemy 100. So the name Mindset Alchemy and the numbers 100. And let's get the word out there. How did I get involved with Mindset Alchemy? Well, words have always fascinated me, the sound, the feeling, the understanding. And as I grew to know more about energy, to understand more about mindset, I came to understand that words really have a tremendous power in our life. What they do is they help us shape those thoughts, they help us have an understanding. And when I began working with energy, I started looking at phraseology, phrases that we use, and I started seeing where phrases that we take for granted actually showed us our state of mind, our state of being, and what is actually going on. Have you ever heard of, I came to realize this? And did you know that realize means to make real, to bring it into being, to become part of your reality? Because that's what we do with Mindset Alchemy. I also, as I journeyed through my energetic journey, if I can put it that way, my dad died, and I came to understand that should something happen to my husband, my business that I was treating as a hobby really wouldn't sustain my children and I. And I had to do something. So I took my wellness clinic online and I began with Periscope. Who remembers Periscope from Twitter? From there, I went on to Facebook. Facebook Lives hadn't started then, they only came about afterwards. And when I was online, I came to understand that, wow, there were people out there who were similar to me. They could feel other people's feelings. They could understand what people were experiencing. They just had a knowingness of things that when they touched people, people felt better. They acted better and they definitely experienced life in a better way. My wellness clinic transitioned into working with energy, then to helping business people who worked with energy, who were more focused on the energetic side rather than building their business side. People, I am in no ways claiming to be a business coach. The difference is I'm able to understand the energy, the focus, and what is really aligned with a person through this help them understand what's aligned. So I help you understand through knowing intuitively, through choosing consciously what you're thinking, what you're saying, understanding your feelings, looking at where life is mirroring and projecting to you so that you can create intentionally, because intention focuses the energy. And when we understand that we are creating at all times, guess what happens? We get to shift what we are creating. And through this, we get to be effortlessly, where we become the observer in life. We interact in ways that create with intention because we are choosing what we are thinking, what we are feeling consciously. One of my courses that I offer is called Thinking by Design, because when we start to monitor what we are thinking and understand that it may not be the most aligned story to be thinking, we are able to move forward in a far more effective way and to allow in things that are meant for us rather than running away from them as our ego chooses to keep us safe. This has been an incredible journey for me. And I started the podcast because I thought I would be able to reach a wider audience because I was following the whisper inside of me. And that in itself has evolved. The podcast has shifted and changed. Sometimes I have guests, sometimes I don't. I very often will decide to talk on one topic, and as I'm talking, the topic shifts and changes, just like today. It shifts and changes because I tap into what my audience is looking for, where they would like to go. So, may I ask you a question? Do you ever sit and observe your thoughts? Do you ever sit and make time just to be quietly, contemplating what is going on within, seeing what is yours, what is fears, what belongs to somebody else, and what is really, really keeping you in a place you no longer enjoy being? Because when we are able to do this, we are then able to see, well, what is the catalyst that will alchemize this mindset, shift it, change it, and transfer it to something that is far, far more aligned? Because when we are able to do this, this is when we get to move forward in a more sustainable way, suitable way, and creative way. Because people, we are brought up to constrict ourselves, allow ourselves to play small, choose to play small, rather than getting into creation and expansion. We can design a life we love living. We can design a life that we really dislike being part of. It comes down to choice. It comes down to getting in touch with the consciousness that knows what's more aligned for us and working in a state of flow and ease, even when we feel things may be hard. It's knowing what is the reason I'm prepared to go through the inverted commas hard so that I'm able to get to where I would like to be, where I choose to be. Because of this, I use the tool of asking the better question. I use the tool of avoiding why and rather asking what, when, where, with whom. I look at infinite possibilities and help my clients do the same. Because, yes, there may be infinite possibilities. You may dislike some of the possibilities that present themselves and choose to do better, different, and just to be. With this, I add the wonderful tools of meditation and contemplation, journaling, and visualization and imagination. These help us to understand what's deep within us. What is the pain blocking our energy? Where the energy is being blocked and causing pain. Where's our body speaking to us? And what is it actually saying? When somebody comes up and is ugly to us, or our perception of ugly, what are they really saying? And is it ourselves speaking through that person's body? How does life get any better than this when we are able to step into an awareness of what is deep inside ourselves, bring it into being conscious, and work with people that are aligned with the vision that we have, the mission we are working with, and how to move forward in a way that creates space for others to move forward as we do the same. For myself, it's been very much one of introspection and, well, whose feeling is this? What is this? How does life get any better than this? How can life get any better than this? What else is possible? Questions like this and a deep inner knowingness of following the whisper may not make sense, and being aware that sometimes logic is not the best way forward, that the illogical brings us better results. The illogical, when we're following that deep inner knowingness, that deep inner yearning, that deep inner feeling of, oh my goodness, let's do this, let's do that. When that heaviness comes, is this in alignment? Is there a better way? And stepping forward in a way that allows us to be more curious, more obedient. A lot of people going, squeak, obedient? Obedient to what? Obedient to ourselves as our soul calls us, leads us, and shows us the way. Mindset can be changing from I can't to I can to what else is possible. Sometimes I can may not be the best way because it's too fast. Your brain goes, nonsense. Your ego goes, you aren't doing that. Better ways of phrasing things, better ways of doing things. This is all part of mindset alchemy. It takes being present in the present. It takes allowing the past to be in the past as we bring in awareness of what it's given us, taught us, and showed us. It gives us the understanding of set something for the future and live it in the present. Does this ignite a fire within you? Does this allow you to be more passionate about what you are doing, to shift and change circumstances you are not yet aware of? The other day, I was traveling with someone and we were listening to something about prosperity. And their response to it was, well, I've never been prosperous, so how can I understand prosperity? And something inside of me was triggered. And I turned around to them and I asked them, are you breathing by yourself? And they looked at me as though I was absolutely nuts. And they said, of course. I said, do you have an oxygen cylinder in your bag? No. That is prosperity, being able to breathe more deeply and freely. Are you living in the fields with no clothing? They looked at me dressed in a warm jacket, lovely boots, and looked at me and said, no. I said, that's prosperity. Because something I've come to understand is we get to start where we at and move forward from there. Because when we think of things that are way beyond our reach, we are not able to perceive it, conceive it, or feel it. Therefore, we say, I can't have it. Whereas when we choose to say, I'm growing into this, I have the choice to grow into this, things shift and change. And that is one of the better ways of allowing infinite possibilities in. Start where you're at and see one small step that you would like to go forward with. Maybe it's just to sleep an extra hour. Maybe it's just to have an extra 1,000 Rand in your account at the end of the month. Maybe it's to have a friendship, a partnership, something that allows you to allow yourself to feel good. It's those small steps that are the quantum leaps that take us forward, where we expend the least amount of energy for the best results. And that is what mindset alchemy does. It's one small step at a time, moving towards where you can create what you desire. Thank you for joining me. And remember, share this on social media. Hashtag Mindset Alchemy 100. Send it to me on social media. Access my accounts. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. Come and find me, and let's see what I can do to help you alchemize your mindset so that you can move forward to your next level of success with ease, with joy, and in flow. Have a grand and glorious day. Bye.